So, so what was I thinking this morning? I was thinking about how. What was I thinking about this morning? Oh yeah, this is pretty interesting, right? Like I've been I've been pretty much a big loner most of my life. I've been agoraphobic for years. I spent years by myself inside. Like years by myself inside. I was afraid of people. I thought I was going to get beat up. Like I was scared of people. I was afraid of what people were thinking about me. Whenever sometimes I would, this happened to me yesterday. My sister was like, hey, do you want me to pick you up and we'll go get, sushi? Because I have to pick up sushi. And I was like, no, there's something wrong with my eyes. There's something wrong with my eyes, and I don't want people, when I go into the store, I don't want people to see my eyes because they're going to know there's something wrong with me. And I don't want people to start talking about me or start thinking that there's something wrong with me. Just because I leave my house on a bad eye day where there's something wrong with my eyes. Because I have to live in this town, and if there's something wrong with my eyes and people see that, they're going to be like, oh, that's the guy that's demented, or there's something wrong with that guy's eyes. And then they'll start talking about me. So I've spent a lot of time by myself inside, and most of my life I never really focused on attaining the perfect body, and I never really cared about such things. I was just an artist and a creator, and I was going to the bathroom this morning, and I go to the bathroom on my floor because I'm a very Asian individual. I don't use toilet bowls usually. I'm not a big fan of toilet bowls. I just have a system where I just poop on my own floor using tissues and things like that, and crouch down like a caveman. It's the way you're supposed to go to the bathroom anyways. And I was going to the bathroom, and my eyes, I'd been not crying all morning, but my eyes were really heavy. And last night I was laying in bed, and I was probably laying there for an hour in the middle of the night. I probably woke up around 12:30, and probably from 12:30 to 1, 12:30 to 1:30, I just laid in bed, and I felt this heaviness and this weird just this sadness, this just insane sadness, this crazy depression. And it was just incredibly heavy and incredibly sad. And I felt it in my body, and I felt it in the bed, and I felt it it was going through my body into the bed. It was everything. And I was just there with it. And I thought that it was just never gonna go away, or it was just the way things were. And then I woke up at 4:21 to my alarm clock, and I was about to go back to bed, and I was just like, no, if you go back to bed, this is going to start a chain reaction. Because it's either you sink or swim. You either die or you don't. It's that easy. Because if I wake up at 4:21 and I go about my day, I'll burn off enough energy to sleep the next night. And I'll get my circadian rhythms back, and then I'll go to bed that night at the same time and wake up the next day at the same time, and then my circadian rhythms will get back in this flow, and I'll be able to be functioning. But if I don't wake up and I just shut the alarm off and go back in bed and wake up whenever I want, like, it'll eventually lead to me killing myself. That horn agrees with that one. Because, like, you either put in the effort and, like, force yourself, or you don't put in the effort, and the depression gets worse and worse and worse and worse, because your circadian rhythms go off and you're no longer functioning, and, like, everything just falls to crap, and you get so depressed that you start blocking off the people in your life. Like today, I'm not going to see anybody. I have 2 people that want to spend time with me today, and I'm not going to spend time with anyone. People shouldn't see me in this state, nor would I let them. Because if I take a day off, I take a day off. But if they see me like this, they'll think something's wrong with me, and they'll just make this thing up in their mind, where it's just like, well, this person's not healthy, or this person's not the person I thought that they were. I have some faith in people, but not that much. I know people leave you. My roommate just moved out because he chose a dog over me. That's how easy it is. He wanted a trauma dog, PTSD dog. And you can't have a dog in my house. So he chose to move out altogether. He moved into a house where he could have a trauma dog that accepts dogs. That's how easy it is for people to leave you. They leave you over dogs. And I enjoyed his company most of the time. But everybody leaves you. Nobody sticks around. That's why it doesn't even fucking matter, man. It's always just you. In the end, it's just you looking at a tree, birds flying around, sun comes up. Looking at a marble tile, hoping that an ant will crawl around so you could look at the ant. It never gets better. You think it's going to get better, but it never does. It's just a bunch of poppycock. So I was sitting there pooping this morning on my floor. TMI. And my eyes were heavy from the depression in the middle of the night. And crying most of the day yesterday. And I was looking at the floor. And I thought to myself, this is who you really are, man. Like, this is who you are. Because right before that, I was thinking like, yeah, you should probably go out today and, take a walk and be energetic and see your friend Dr. S and whatever. Play basketball, all that crap. And I was like, you know what, man? It was like, I don't think that's who you are. At all. Because you spent most of your life as this person. Like, the heavy eyes. Inside. You are the darkness. You embrace the darkness. Like some of us just embrace the darkness. Like we are the darkness. And I was like, you try so hard to be the light. But maybe that's not who you are. You try to be cheerful and be outside and play basketball and socialize and all that stuff. But maybe you're just not accepting your true self. Like maybe you created that fictional character of being the happy-go-lucky outdoor person, athletic person, fit person, just because you're so scared of the darkness. But what if that's who you are? What if you are the darkness? Like, what if you're supposed to create and be inside and just get heavy? Because it doesn't matter anyways. doesn't matter anyways. I might as well create in the darkness. Maybe that's what I'm good at anyways. I could always, just hear the birds out of my window and see the sun come up. Maybe I don't have to be outside at all. The only problem with being in the darkness is you become much more fearful of people because you don't see people that much. And every time I embrace the darkness, I always really enjoy it. Because I really do feel like that's my natural state. But then leaving the house is so hard. So hard. Because your eyes don't look right. And you know people think that your eyes don't look right. And then you become scared of people. And you think everybody's looking at you. Looking at your eyes. And then after a while, you start to realize that's all that they look at. They're just staring at your eyes all the time. And then the more and more they stare at your eyes, the more and more you want to stay inside. Because you don't like people staring at your eyes. I went outside this morning and I looked at the stars. And they didn't really do anything for me, When I get in these states, nothing ever does it for me. I just look at things and they don't mean anything. I don't care about them like I usually do. Just see them. They're just visuals. It's a false reality anyways. Just day after day after day. It's like so sick of these visuals. I don't want them in my life anymore. I wish it would just end. I'm so sick of it. I don't care anymore. The only thing I really care about is my bugs. Yeah, I really miss them. And my pet gecko that crawls on my screen needs my my moss every morning on the outside of my house. I would miss him too. You know, when you have what we have, you start to understand at a very young age that you're just a weight for everybody around you. It's like your overall existence is just so shitty for people. You know, they always worry about you. It's like your existence just gets in the way. Gets in the way of them being free. Free of thought. Free to have thought that doesn't have to do with you from time to time. You know, people that aren't suicidal, they don't understand why we kill ourselves. You know, they think it's selfish. They don't understand that us continuing to live is the real selfish act. Because people have to think about us. I think if we just maybe killed ourselves, they would mourn for a little bit. And then eventually, you know, a couple months, a year later, they would just get on with it and just forget about it and move on with their life. But they wouldn't have to constantly have to, you know, keep track of us, keep updates of us, worry about us, you know, for years and years and years and years and years. So it's like, what's better? The little wheels of like worry throughout the years because we stay alive, or just the one big like blow up dimensional pull of just killing ourselves and just having a gigantic bomb drop and then like having to mourn and have that heartbreak or whatever. But then once the heartbreak was over after the year or two, there would be no little wheels of worry. You know, the little wheel of worrying about us, thinking about us, seeing if we were okay. The little wheel would go away and they could enjoy their life again. It's really just a bother that we stay alive. It's quite selfish that we stay alive. I don't know. I'm not doing anything today. I don't give a shit. Sorry to curse, I don't want to curse anymore. I don't care anymore. If I run out of food, I run out of food. Maybe I should. I eat so much anyways. I don't know if I need to eat that much anyways now that I'm not as active. know that not many people watch these videos. If anybody is watching, that's cool. The people of the future. Because I know the only real people that watch these videos are people in the future. I'm not an advice giver. I never have been. I don't do the advice thing. Don't kill yourself. And if you do feel like killing yourself, I don't know, call somebody. You know, one of those mental health hotlines or something like that. You shouldn't really listen to anything I have to say anyways. If you could relate to me, though. You might want to think about buying that ebook in the description below. I'm serious, man. That shit is badass. I forgot. Sorry. Didn't mean to curse. No, that's a cool book. I'm trying to wake myself up after this depression. Yeah. But if you could really see these videos, that ebook is pretty dope. A sales pitch at the end of this video? That's amazing. That's amazing how you could do that, Northrop. Just, oh, sorry, went around. Unbelievable. The dimensional pull.